record. All right, Get It Started Right call for new coach mentorship. I'm going to say in April because this is something new. Usually I've done one-on-ones, but our team is growing a lot, and so now I'm going to do them in a group setting, but it also gives coaches that maybe have been coaching for a while a little refresh. And I've been changing these Get It Started Right calls, so it's really good that I'm really happy that Cassie is hopping on, April's hopping on again, just to be able to refresh themselves and hear this content again, because although you might hear it and it might be redundant, but it's also engraved in your mind the more you hear it. All right, so Get It Started Right. I first want to welcome Christine and Joanna to the team. Joanna's been a challenger of mine for a while, and I consider her like my little sister. And she finally decided to get coaching, and Christine joined us back a few months ago, right at the beginning of January, I believe it was. And so I'm excited. She's a fellow accountant, which always I love. Cassie's an accountant too. And so I'm excited to have her take on this coaching to be able to bless her family with this amazing opportunity and those that you guys interact with. First and foremost, social media. I just want to touch base on that. Obviously, that is the main platform I specifically use to be able to help people. Anybody can use social media to grow a business, whatever you want. Rachel Hollis, that's how she pretty much grew her entire empire. She always talks about that she used Google University and just searched Google to be able to learn new things. And you guys, we have that right on our fingertips to be able to do anything we want to grow this into an amazing opportunity to not only bless those around you, but your own family. And all the training and resources are out there for us. You don't need to wait for me to give you any sort of direction. That's what I did when I joined, is I went to YouTube a lot and watched different videos of coaches in our network and just said, how do I do this? Because I learned different lingo. When you immerse yourself into our Beachbody team pages, you'll see different ranks. You're like, I don't even know what that is. I went to YouTube and said, how do I get to diamond? That's what I did. And I watched different YouTube videos on how to do that. And so I think that definitely helped me, but then I am able to share that with all of you because I was able to do that pretty fast as well. But taking action is key first and foremost. I want to tell you guys, I'm going to share a lot of information with you guys tonight, and it might seem overwhelming, but I think overwhelming is a choice. Just taking it one day at a time is key, but taking action is first and foremost important, because that is what's going to give you the momentum to start your business, to start becoming profitable immediately, because I always want my coaches to never have this business cost you money, but that requires you to take action to go outside your comfort zone and be able to share these tools and resources now that you are able to help people with the way that you have been helped with. So take action immediately. And I want you to like really look at what your life you want it to be like, because the way you take action is a result of what you want the outcome to be. And whether that maybe everybody has different goals, especially inside our team page. Some people want, to quit their 9 to 5 and be a stay-at-home mom. Some want just their Shakeology to be paid for. There's all in between, $500 a month, pay for a vacation, whatever it may be. Your goals are your goals. So I don't want you to compare to anybody else, but just know that it's possible to reach those goals. But first and foremost, it's taking action. I'm there to hold hands with you, to walk alongside you, to do this with you, but I can't do it for you. And that's really important to remember. All right, the first thing I want you guys to write down is I want you guys to get a journal, whether that be just a notebook of some sort, but I want you to have a journal because I really want you guys to write down your why, because it is so important to get crystal clear on why you have decided to do this coaching business, why you decided to step outside your comfort zone, because I know I would say for 99% of people that do that, it is very much outside their comfort zone. It was for me. And you need to have a crystal clear why you're doing this, so that the days that it's hard for you, the days that you are facing that rejection from people, or people are saying no or just ignoring you, because that does happen, that you have that why there to be able to push yourself past that. Just like a regular job in corporate America, just like life, there are ups and downs. There's moments we have a really big high, Just think of like your wedding day, the day you graduated, whatever it may be. You have those really big highs, but then you also have those lows in life. We all have bad days. The same thing goes for this business, you guys. There's moments of really big highs, and then there's days when you have lows. But you need to get crystal clear on why you're doing this, so that the days that you have those lows, you are looking at that, be like, this is why I'm doing it. Whether it's become debt free, whether it's to be home for your babies, like whatever it is, that you have that right there to be able to see that every single day. And it's the same thing with your healthy lifestyle. It is hard leading a healthy lifestyle. And when people have their why imprinted right there on their wall, in their closet, if they want to fit into something, whatever it is, that's the reason they're showing up daily. That's the reason they're deciding to eat the healthy stuff and not grab takeout or something. And so it's for all aspects, but especially for this business too. So I want you guys to grab a journal and write down your why and make it crystal clear. All right, then the next thing is, what does success look like for you? And there's goals that you guys can have, but you got to remember, you got to be also, when it comes to your why, like how do you define success? Okay. And so this business, it might be hitting Success Club. You'll learn that lingo in our training, or just by constantly seeing the post on our team page. But I just want you guys to have a goal and a vision in addition to your why for this business. Now, it can change over time. So originally it's, I want to pay for Shakeology. I mean, that's a lot of people's goals right away in the beginning, and that's a great goal to have. And then as you hit that goal every single month, you're like, okay, I want to now make an extra $500, whether it be to save for a vacation, pay off debt, whatever it may be. But get crystal clear also on your goal and your vision, so that you know what you're working towards every single day. You know why you're putting yourself out there. You know why you're sharing your story, to be able to inspire and change that one person's life that you want to do. Because that's what I knew I wanted to do when I joined. I wanted to use this as a stream of income to help our family pay off debt, but I knew that these tools and resources could help a mom the way it helped me. And so I had my why there, but I also had my goals and visions directly right there as well. And I want you to envision your life like this. So Rachel Hollis is really big on writing down every single morning 5 things that you're grateful for. So this could be something that you're done in a journal. You don't need to buy a special journal to do this. It can be in a notebook. 5 things you're grateful for, and then 10 dreams. Now, these dreams, I want you to write them down as if they've already happened. And so I write them down every single morning, and I will not change them. I mean, I might change them here and there a tiny bit, but for the most part, they're the same 10 dreams, and I'll only change one specific one when it happens. So for example, Rachel Hollis talks about this, and she says for the longest time, for 10 plus years, you guys, she wrote down, I am a New York Times bestseller. And whether you know it or not, she has written books prior to Girl Wash Your Face. And none of them was a New York Times bestseller. But she constantly still wrote that down as if it already happened, because what you tell yourself every single day is what your life will become. And because if you're feeding it negativity, then obviously negative things is what you're always going to think about. But if you're telling yourself these dreams, this is why you're working towards that. This is why you're doing what you're doing. And it just excites you every single day. So when you guys see on my Instagram stories, I'm up every day and I have my little 5-minute journal. And if I didn't have that journal, I would just do it in a notebook. Just know that. But I sit there and I do my Bible reading, I do my prayer, but then I do my gratitude and my dreams. And obviously one of them, it's no secret, is that my dreams, they start out with I am, but it says we are, because Tate and I are doing this together, are 100% debt free. Like, that is a dream of ours. And so that will continue to be on there. And that's why I make sacrifices that I do. That's why I push hard in what I do, because I know that it's possible for me to be able to live a life where we are able to give like no one else. Like, that is a dream of ours. And so being able to have that dream written down every single day, it reminds me, and it's in the forefront of my brain, why I work hard every single day. And so you guys need to do that too, because it's super important just to have those dreams, to get excited about things. And you see me, I am always excited about things because I think that a big attribute of that is because I am writing these down every single day and I get excited about that kind of stuff. So that is one thing I would love for you guys to start doing as well. And it'll take some time to work it into your daily life. It's not something I think that'll just happen overnight, but just continue to maybe set a reminder in your phone. I use that all the time, you guys, as reminders, but something to really practice every single day as you start this coaching journey. I want you to also remember there is no cookie cutter to success when it comes to coaching at all. If you look at the top coaches, the #1 coach last year is someone who likes to party and drink and talks about it all the time on social media. And she is not sugarcoat that's what she likes to do. She loves to like lead a healthy lifestyle, but she doesn't believe in sacrificing other things. And so, but then there's the top coach for the last 4 years prior, who is like your typical all-American wife with the white picket fence, like what you envision. And that's what, she's super organized and all that kind of stuff. And then there's another top coach that has tattoos and lives out in Florida, and I would call her like, you know, what do they call them? Granola crunchy people. Like she loves all about earthy and nature and all that kind of stuff. And so it's like, these are 3 totally different type of women, and yet they're all successful. And so there's no cookie cutter to success when it comes to this business. What they are is authentic, and they are themselves. And those are the type of people they attract into their organization, is because they are themselves. And so that's why it's super important to just be you. I don't want you to go out and follow a bunch of other coaches, because then you will find yourself, because I did this, you guys, you'll find yourself being like, oh, I should do more of that. And then you're not being yourself. And so maybe pick 1 or 2 that really inspire you. But otherwise, I don't recommend following a bunch of other coaches, because I want you guys to be your authentic self. And when you're your authentic self and sharing your journey on social media, that's when you will attract the people that are just like you. And it's so crazy when that happens and you're having conversations on Zoom like this and you realize, oh my gosh, like clearly this was a God thing, because we should have been friends our whole life. And I've met some incredible people on our team as a result of that. So just know that. Also know that the success will not happen just overnight. One book I read at the very beginning of my coaching journey is The Compound Effect, and it talks about consistency over time. And it's the same thing with a healthy lifestyle, that when you are consistent with it, that's when you start to see results. You don't go do one workout and you don't go look in the mirror and be like, where are my 6-pack abs from one workout? No, it's showing up for yourself every day or 5 days a week, whatever your program, you know, asks for, and then following the nutrition. But doing that is when you get results. The same thing as with your coaching business. You cannot, we want it to happen faster, just like when we're with a healthy lifestyle. I was like that. I'm so impatient. I'm like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. But just know it's consistently doing the roadmap of activities, which we're going to go over time, that leads to the results that you of reaching your goals and your vision that you have. Okay. Oh, and also, it's just like, I want to remind you guys, in this first month as well, it is very kind of like a job. You're learning new things, and when you start a new job, there's the training process. Like you go through different meetings and you're learning and you're overwhelmed and you're like, oh my gosh, I learned all this stuff and I don't know how I'm ever going to be able to do all this stuff in one day. That's the same thing with this, you guys. Especially the first 30 days, you're learning about how our team page runs, how the training runs, like just learning new lingo. Just take it one day at a time. We don't expect you to know everything, but like I stated, you guys, you do not need to know everything. You don't even need to know a single thing to help one person. You just need to share your story and what's working for you, and then they enroll exactly the way you enrolled with a challenge pack. I mean, that's the logistics of getting someone signed up, but all the other things, just to know everything else we have to offer, that's what we'll go over in the trainings and social media and all that kind of stuff. But just having one conversation with someone and sharing your story, you don't need all the training and all the things just to do that. So I don't want anybody to think that you need all of that just to get started, and sharing, not at all. All right, I'm gonna share my screen with you guys now. Because I'm going to go, I did email you guys a few things. And so I'm going to see here. I'm going to open. You should have got it. You should have got the business activity tracker, the color wheel, and the business builder toolkit. And so I'm first going to go over the business activity tracker. And this is essentially your roadmap for your business every single day. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see it and you kind of see what I'm, share screen. All right. Okay. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if you can see that? Because I can see you, but maybe you can't see me. Okay, thank you guys. So this is a business activity tracker, and I used to have this in a cover sheet, a sheet, and I would use a dry erase marker and I would mark it weekly. But then I learned, you know what? I want to print these off weekly. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to be able to look back, and let's say the month of March, I had a great month. Like I consider myself having a great month in March. I have 24 Success Club points. 2 of my coaches had Emerald. Like, I want to be able to look back, and if I have like maybe a not so great month in May, I want to be able to compare my trackers to what I did in March versus what I did in May. And so I think by printing these out now and actually putting a 3-hole punch and putting them in my binder, I'll be able to look back at this year and just see what worked, what didn't when it comes to my business. And so whether you decide to do it on your computer, on your printing them off, or putting it in a sheet that you can erase off of, whatever you do, just know that these are the business activity tracker that Beachbody actually just came out with this year, you guys. And I am so grateful that they did it, because there were times when I honestly felt paralyzed on what to do. That feeling is no longer there, because this tells you exactly what you have to do to move your business forward every single day. And you guys, the fact of the matter is, this is just some tough love. If you are not hitting Success Club, so Success Club is the way that Beachbody recognizes that you are producing an income and moving your business forward. And if you're not hitting Success Club, it's because you're not doing the activities on the sheet of paper. You may think you're working, which means let's say you're watching some YouTube videos or whatever that may be, but you have to do these activities first. Now, let's just say you don't have the allotted time that they have slated here for you. Let's say you're like, I only have 1 hour a day. Just cut the time down to fit into what you have available for that day, okay? But just know, these are the items you should do, the roadmap for success for your business. So we're gonna go over it. The week of, you just mark that up there. There's a check mark for the National Wake Up Call, which I share to our team page every Monday that they do, Beachbody does, our team call. Here's your why. You can have that staring at you every single day, and your target market. What is your ideal person? I know Cassie just did a training with Kayla. It's a 5-day Hey Girl Challenge, so it's all about finding how to really share your story, how to really build relationships with people instead of sending just a bunch of Hey Girl messages. If you've been on social media, you may have gotten some previously from maybe other network marketers, but we're all about building that relationship with people, getting to know people to see if the tools and resources that we have will help them, whether that be the business opportunity or the community, the fitness, the nutrition, all that kind of stuff. And so your target market, stay focused on connecting with your ideal person. We're not out there to help everyone, because there are people you just maybe don't want to work with, but your target market will definitely help you hone in when you are sharing your story on who you're trying to talk to. All right. First things first, though, you guys, is be proof the product works. This goes without saying, and all of you are already part of our community, are already drinking Shakeology, doing the workouts, all that kind of stuff. But that's first and foremost, is bettering yourself through our tools and resources. And so every single day, doing the workout, unless it's a rest day, and then drinking Shakeology. And so they have that first and foremost, because that's the most important thing. I wish they would add something on here, and so I'm just going to say it is nutrition. We all know that nutrition is the hardest part. And so I think you guys definitely narrowing in and being very, I guess I'll just say good with your nutrition will help you, feel good, get results, and sharing with confidence, and helping your challengers too as well, because you're going to have people that come to you that struggle with nutrition, and you can tell them how you overcame certain things, or how you helped other people, or how our community has been able to help you really be diligent on bettering your nutrition. And so I want you guys to know that nutrition is a component of that as well. All right, and then connect, invite, follow up. And so first and foremost, I really want you guys, if you've been a part of our business for a while, otherwise if you're just new, you need to do a post that really launches your business. And what I want you guys to remember is that if you were to open I'm going to just use it for an example, an Anytime Fitness. If you were to open an Anytime Fitness down the street and you took out a loan for $100,000 to open that club, I know for a fact, you would be sharing about it all over social media. You would be telling all your family and friends that you were opening this brand new club, because guess what? In 30 days, that first loan payment is going to be due for the small business loan that you took out to start this business. And you know that you need to get paying customers in there to be able to make that loan payment. I want you guys to think of your business as that way, that you are opening this new business, so you are going to share about it on social media and launch it. And you can also then, in addition to sharing it on social media, you can this is exactly what I did when I first started. I sent emails, I sent text messages to my best friend, my mom, my close college girlfriends. Did they all join me? Nope. Some of them still haven't joined me, but I let them know that I was starting a new business, that I was so excited about it, and that I would love to share with them if they're looking for something to be able to help them lead a healthier lifestyle. What we do is not meant for everyone, you guys, and they might already have something that's working for them. But just remember now, we have every single angle to be able to help them. Like if someone needs fitness, we have it. If someone needs just nutrition, we now have that with Ultimate Portion Fix. So it's amazing that Beachbody keeps evolving and adding new tools and resources for us to be able to help as many people as possible. But this initial post is just, you don't need to mention Beachbody. You don't have to mention Shakeology. I don't even recommend you mentioning those, but just sharing your story, because I don't want you guys to share, hey, I'm doing this, join me. No, you got to share your story, because people will resonate with your story. They don't resonate with what you're doing. They resonate with why you're doing it. That's why people want to join you, based on why you're doing it. And if you've ever seen Simon Sinek's TED Talk, he talks about that, where it's the what, the how, and the why is in the middle. I don't want to say buy, but they join you because of why you're doing it. And so this initial post, I would love for you guys to, because all of you on this call specifically have been part of this community for over 2 months. And so you have a story already. And so creating that post based on what you've experienced since joining, and then posting about it and sharing it with your direct warm market through text, email, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is that you want to do. If you want me to read it before you post, I am open to that. Just let me know. I have mine inside our team page, my very first post that I shared about my story and my journey back 2.5 years ago. I even mentioned Beachbody and Shakeology, I think, in it. So I don't recommend do that. And the reason I don't recommend you do that is because people can then just Google what you're doing instead of asking you questions. And we are all about creating that curiosity, so people will communicate with you. And if you are sharing exactly everything you're doing, they won't ask you questions, because people don't want to message you. I find that they will go to Google and they will just search what you're doing and then join it that way instead of talking to you about it. And so that's why I recommend don't mentioning that in your post. But like I said, I will read it if you want me to, before you share it, before you post it, whatever you do. But just get it out there. You need to open your doors for business. You need to share it. Act like you have a business loan payment due in 30 days. So you are trying to, get those customers in. You're trying to help people on their journey if they need the tools and resources that we have. Okay, so the first thing under connect, invite, follow up, this is all about social media on here. So also think of it as if you are an in-person person or an in-person connector, you can do that too. But initiate connections and add followers. So this exactly what I did is I added Facebook friends. I mean, I went under my husband's account. If he was friends with women, they can be friends with me, is what I thought. And so I added them all as friends. I would do about 5 a day just to grow my Facebook friends, just to have more people seeing my posts. Instagram, I find either hashtags that I connect with that aren't too large, or I find other accounts that are influencers but not too big that I enjoy. So for example, one influencer account that I like to use is Ali Fedotowsky. She used to be the Bachelorette way back in the day, but I just think she is so cute. She's a mom of two. I love what she shares about. And so I always go under her people and see who's liking her post, who's commenting on her post, and just seeing if there's somebody I would really be friends with in real life. And then I start to follow them and then be able to start a connection with them that way. And so it's finding a few accounts that you like that you can start to add people or start following. And then, you know, hopefully they see your account and want to follow you back. And so that's what is initiate connections and add followers. Do a social media post that showcases the benefits of your healthy lifestyle or has a call to action. Now, this is daily, you guys. This is not every other day. It is not once a week or anything like that. It is daily doing some sort of social media post. When I first joined, these social media posts, they had us do 3 to 5 a day, you guys. It was crazy. I think about that now. I'm like, I can't even imagine doing 3 to 5 posts a day. But I did it back in the day. So now it's just 1 a day. But the reason you want to do this, you guys, is because when you have that one person, whether you have been talking to them or not, when they have that moment where they are ready to make a change, you want them to see your face and your name if they are following you. And so by posting once a week, that's not going to happen. But posting daily, it will. And so this can be any sort of post. I sent you guys the color wheel activity. This is a way for you guys to get ideas on what to post about. And so, for example, I have 5 things that really resonate with me, and that's my faith, fitness, food, finances, and my family. And so a lot of my posts are evolving around those 5 things. And all my posts are about sharing some sort of value to people. And so whether that's motivating them, whether that's sharing a recipe, whether that's sharing just some fun date night Tate and I have done, or something to do with finances, you know, I'm always sharing something that people can take away and use in their real life possibly. But this doesn't need to be rocket sciences. I mean, one day I shared, you know, an avocado using everything but the bagel seasoning. Like, that's how simple something can people. My call to action then on that post was I asked people what they use that same seasoning for. This call to action doesn't have to be join my next boot camp or join this business opportunity. A call to action is simply asking people to comment below with their favorite XYZ, whatever you're asking or whatever you're posting about. But this allows people to start engaging on your post, which is awesome because these are people that just like you, they resonate with you, but it doesn't always happen, you guys. I'm still learning about this. That's why this person, Kayla Yabanzas, I can't even say her last name, but she has an Instagram. She gives amazing free trainings and feedback and ideas for people, and so I highly recommend you start following her. I have shared about it in our team page, I'm pretty sure, but I can do it again. But that's a person to follow just to get ideas on what to post about and what to share about and call to action type of posts. So there's that. And you guys, it won't be perfect. Like, you're still learning. My post way back in the day, I look back and I was like, wow, those were horrible. But I've learned to evolve and grown over 2.5 years. Posts now come much more simpler to me than it did 2.5 years ago. So don't beat yourself up if a post is taking a long time for you. You will learn, you will grow. It's all about failing forward, okay? The next thing is update Instagram or Facebook stories throughout your day. Now, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, or both, you can do. I just do Instagram stories. I used to do Facebook stories, but I don't do them anymore because I find a lot of my traffic is coming from Instagram. But I do at least a majority of these every single day. You know, just your daily life, whether it be your kids, your dog, anything about your daily life. Workout clips. I usually do a time lapse or just certain moves that I can show some people. Product use, no brand name. So I talk about my pre-workout. I talk about my post-workout. I talk about my superfoods. Beach bars, I've shown those. And the reason you don't want no brand name is because, like I said earlier, people just Google it then instead of asking you the question. The key is for people to want to message you and be like, hey, what pre-workout do you use? I get that question. That's the number one question I get all the time, is about the pre-workout. Can I have it when I'm pregnant? Can I have it while I'm breastfeeding? They think I'm a doctor, apparently. And so I am constantly answering that question for people inside my Instagram. And so product use, but no brand. Healthy meal or meal prep. Take Back the Kitchen is a prime example of things you could share about. Invitation or promotion or group, a poll or a call to action. I love using polls, you guys. I'll throw in polls of inviting people to my challenge group, but I also love polls of like, pick this one or this one, which should I wear? Or did you, like the other day I posted about I'm putting cabbage on my boobs because I'm trying to eliminate engorgement and from ending up breastfeeding. And so I asked a poll about that. It's just general life stuff, but you will find that people will, they like to give opinions. People love to give opinions, but doing a fun poll like that, it gets people to interact on your Instagram stories. And then they'll more likely then hopefully, when you do a call to action, inviting to the challenge group or inviting to the coaching opportunity, that they will answer that poll as well. I will tell you though, more times than not, I don't get people that respond to my polls about joining my challenge group or anything. Some days are really good, some days nobody responds, so don't get discouraged and stop just because no one's responding. The key is consistency, you guys, and so keep doing it. I mean, there are days I get 0 response and I still continue to post about it again, let's say 3 days later. It doesn't mean I quit at all. It's just no one saw that needed my help that day. That's okay. Maybe today's a better day. And so, and then a recognition and a shout out. This is just shouting out people that are doing awesome, whether they be in your family, in your challenge groups, coaches, whoever it may be. All right, next one is respond to all new likes, comments, or views. And so when you get people, you guys, especially in the beginning, when you're first starting your coaching business and you're sharing and you're being vulnerable, I still do this to this day, you guys. Thank them. Send them a message and thank them. You send a private message because that helps with the algorithms of Facebook and Instagram. That means these people will more likely see your post because in the background, Facebook and Instagram are like, oh, they like each other. We're going to show them each other's posts then. It works. But any new likes you get, thank them for doing that. Any new comments, thank them for doing that. Because honestly, you guys, we live in a world where people just scroll. They do not take time to stop and comment. They don't take time to stop and like. And you'll find that coaching, we are more intentional with that. We use our social media as a business and we use it with intention. And so we are liking and commenting on people's stuff. That is not normal. And so when people actually do like and comment on my things, I will send them a message, thank them for doing that. I really appreciate it. I know it only took 2 seconds to do that, but it helps me and it supports me, and I'm grateful for that. And it can be as simple as that. You can ask them a question, start up a conversation if you want, but simply just saying thank you will really help you start conversations with people that may need your help. I did that right away in the beginning, especially on the very first post where I was super vulnerable. And every person that liked it or commented on it, I sent them a private message thanking them. And guess what? The reason I did that, I think that's why I had 5 to 6 people join me the first month, because those conversations, then people started asking me questions exactly what I was doing. And I was able to share with them in the background in a message what I was doing and what about my group next month was doing. I didn't ask them and I didn't invite them in the initial message. They just was like, okay, what exactly are you doing though? And so that's why it's important to do that. Views, so when people start watching your Instagram stories, you can just send them a thank you or just, start a conversation with them. And so that's why it's important to do that and initiate that. The next one is inviting. This is the hardest one for people to do. Because it definitely is going outside your comfort zone and inviting people. But when you do have these relationships starting to build and when you do have conversations going, there will be a point that you feel like you can invite them to your next group because they may be talking about things that they need help with. And you're like, wait, Shakeology would be perfect for them. They're having stomach issues or they need support on their journey. They may go to the gym, but they are lost. Well, guess what? There's plenty of people that do our workouts at the gym. So it's just when you're having conversations with people, whether that be fitness related or not, or maybe they have financial hardship and the business opportunity could help them. You might get at a point that you can invite them then to this, our community with the tools and resources that we have. This could be the coaching opportunity. It could be the challenge group. But just know that Inviting is a big part of this business, and it's the number one thing that people avoid to do. That's why I usually do mine first thing in the morning, because then I don't have to think about it really for the rest of the day. And so I invite people that I'm building relationships with on Instagram. I am inviting people that are in my direct inner circle, just people that I think would be a great fit, especially for our team, because I'm a big person that loves the business opportunity side of things. So I love sharing about that and inviting to that. And then the challenge groups happen as well, just with conversations I'm having with people. And so inviting is a big part of it. Follow up as well. Follow up with people that you've invited. And so people often forget about the follow up. If they hear no, then they assume the person never wants to join them. To me, no means not right now. And it's a seed that's planted. Even when you do invite them and they say no, they're going to be watching you more closely now, because they're seeing if you're going to continue to show up on your journey, and if they can trust that you'll still show up when they do decide to join. And so I follow up then next month. If they say no, then be like, I usually ask why, because sometimes it might be, finances. Sometimes it might they're just not ready. But I will then just let them know, hey, I'll just follow up with you next month when my next group starts. And then I follow up with them then. So just know follow-up is a big component, and using a tracking system that works for you to be able to record these people. So if you look on the other side of this business activity tracker, they have a tracking system for you. And I actually started using this because I'm like, it's all right here for me. I don't need to have a separate notebook or anything like that. And so you just write down the person's name, the date they contacted, any notes you wanted to do, and then you check the box when you followed up with them. And they have enough room here for you to do that. And so this one sheet of paper is really all you need to really start your coaching business and be able to take it with you if you're one to work during your lunch break at work, which is what I did at the beginning of my business. All right, the next thing is get people results. And so this is just inside your wellness studio. Contribute to your challenge group. Okay, well, what I will say is all new coaches are welcome to run a challenge group with me. So when you get someone to join, you can plug them into my group if you are not ready to start your own. When I started my very first month, I started in September. My first group I started in October. And the reason I did this was because my coach, Amber, she has a big group. I mean, there's over 100 people in there. And I was like, my people are going to get lost. I'm not doing that. And so I started my own because I wanted to, these people, they joined me and they wanted to be heard by me. So that's why I decided, and I had 5 to 6 people in my first month. And so I was willing to do my own group. But if you have like 1 to 2 and you are not ready to do your own group yet, you're more than welcome to add them into mine. But I will say, once you get over 3 people and about the 3-month mark even, I encourage you to do your own. And you can even partner up with another coach on our team, just like I partner up with Erin to run our groups. But you can also you're still a challenger of mine, so you can still be in my groups. You can take posts from my group as well to be able to use in your own groups. If you're like, I can't create content, you can do that. But just know that these people, they join you, they want to be heard by you. And so running your own groups is a big part of that. And the way you run it is what your challengers have no idea how it even works, if they've never been a part of this. So if you choose to post 3 times a day, once a day, however you decide to run your group is how your challengers will think it's going to be. And so just know that you don't have to do it the exact same way I do it. You can do your group on Facebook if that's a platform you like better than the My Challenge Tracker app. You choose which way you want to do it, okay? So if you have any questions regarding that, just let me know. Recognizing achievement. So these are people just that are doing amazing, whether that be coaches or challengers, and then respond to questions from customers and coaches. That is pretty self-explanatory. And then the last one on the sheet is do personal development. So this is a big one, you guys. Personal development is something that as coaches, we need to be working on ourselves, because having a positive mindset is super important when you're faced with a lot of rejection. Because a lot of people, if you're talking to a lot of people and you're inviting many people, then you hear no a lot. You hear no more times than yes, just know that. But working on some sort of personal development, think of an area in your life that you're not good at. That's where you want to be working on your personal development. Let's say you want to overcome your fear of inviting. Like Eat That Frog is a great book. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins is a great book. Different things like that. You want to be reading, listening to audiobooks, podcasts, do it in your car, on your commute to your work, whatever it is. But personal development is a big part of, it's one of our 4 vital behaviors. And so doing that every single day is super, super important. We always just say, whatever your weakness is, do a personal development book like that. So for example, but prior to having Diem, I would say Diem rocked my mornings when I had her, but prior to her, I was like a rock star morning person, and I never needed to read The Miracle Morning because I had my mornings down. And then I had her, and I had to retrain myself to be a morning person. And so I read the book then, because it was a weakness of mine at that time. But prior to that, I didn't need to read it. Just because everybody else was reading it doesn't mean I needed to read it. And so just know that don't do a book just because everybody else is doing it if it's something you're already good at. Okay. And then the last thing down here is my weekly business results. So how many new followers? That's good to record. Like, do your beginning number of your Instagram or your Facebook like page or Twitter, whatever platform you use, and then recording the next week what it is. How many new challengers you had joined, how many new coaches, and then your Success Club points. As you see, the tracker is run from Thursday to Wednesday. And this is because the Beachbody business is run until a Wednesday night. So every Wednesday night it turns over. Thursday morning is when we get paid. So you get paid every single week. If you got my original coach email, it talked in there about changing your direct deposit to be, or changing your EFT to be direct deposit versus getting a check. So be sure you do that so your commissions will come to your bank account versus getting a live check. But every single Thursday is payday. So for example, let's say you help someone today, then you would have the funds, it would show in your back office on Thursday, and then it's deposited into your account the week later. So there is a 1 week lag of the weeks on how they operate, but every single Thursday is when the business turns over with Beachbody. Just know that. And so that is the business activity tracker. Does anybody have any direct questions regarding that right now? Okay. This is Christine and Joanna. I don't think you're in this message thread yet, but this is something that I have coaches submit to me every single week. And so it's just a way, it doesn't matter how much you filled it out or not, but it's a way for us to hold each other extra accountable with this. I even need it too myself. And so I have a message thread on Facebook that I'll add you guys in, and then every Thursday I'm like, all right, business activity trackers, because this is a way for me to help with trainings with the team to know what area we need help with, and then so I can offer support that way. But then if you come to me with certain questions, I am able to look at your tracker and be like, okay, the reason this is happening is because you did not do this, or you're doing too much of this, or something else. It's just a way for me to be able to lead you and help you. So I will be adding you guys to that message thread on Facebook. It's just a messenger thing. And then you can ask questions in there too and everything, but just know that's every Thursday. I just ask for that tracker. You just take a picture and submit it in there. Okay, the next thing I want to show you guys then is the other thing I emailed you, and that is the Business Builder Toolkit. I gotta pull it up here quick. Team Rise Up. Nope, that's not it. Documents, Beachbody, new coach. Okay. Share screen. All right, thumbs up again if you can see that. Thank you. Okay, Team Rise Up, Business Builder Toolkit. And so this is something Erin and I put together for each of our teams to be able to have just like a template for you guys to be able to know what to shoot for goals-wise. I will tell you right now, every single goal should be, every single month, helping 3 new people get started on their journey. That's really the benchmark for Beachbody. Success Club, that means you'll hit Success Club. That means you're doing the things on the business activity tracker, but 3 new people every single month with a challenge pack, helping them get started on their journey is really the benchmark of moving your business forward. I have a little welcome and an introduction, and a lot of this is repeating of what is on the tracker. So your daily personal tasks are, working out, Shakeology, and PD. Those, first and foremost, as a coach, we got to be working on ourselves, okay? And so that's there. And there's even a little link here, you guys, for you to get some PD recommendations if you need any. Then your first goal. start on day one. Pick a program and share your journey. And so a lot of you have been part of this community for a while, and so just pick one and just start sharing it on social media. This is 30 days of topic. If you struggle with what to post about, here are ideas. The thing I know is if you are doing the workouts, if you're doing personal development, those are two big things you can share about, because people are always needing motivation. People need our help in this country. And then we can also obviously serve the United Kingdom and Canada as well. But inside each of these goals, you guys, here is click here for more resources. If you click this, and some of you may have not done that yet, it brings you to a Google Drive. Each one has a different folder for the different goals that we have slated for you. And so inside this Google Drive is a bunch of resources for you guys to be able to help with sharing your story. It talks about storytelling, strategic, some Beachbody stuff. So just know that those are available inside this PDF for you to be able to have just more tools and resources to be able to help you understand things. Like I stated though, you don't need to go through all of this before even starting. This is just for you to have fill-ins. It can be your PD for the day, just something to be able to familiarize yourself with Beachbody lingo, but also helping you with social media, sharing, all that kind of stuff. Okay, your second goal is to make a list of 150 people. This is just for you to, what I learned at the beginning, because I was like, wait, I don't know 150 people, but what I did was I needed to have these people out of my head and on piece of paper. This is not something you're going to invite all these 150 people at all, but you think of more people that could possibly use these tools and resources when they're not all stuck in your head. I even encourage you, just think of every person you know and writing them on this piece of paper, even if it's your grandma who you know will never be a part of this community, but they're no longer in your head and they're on this piece of paper so you can think of other people. And so as moms specifically, we have so much going on in our head. I'm writing down stuff all the time, and so this is a tool that will help you guys do that. So then randomly you'll be like, oh my gosh, that's right, I would think this person would make an amazing coach. You know, you may have never thought of that when you still had your grandma, your mom, your sister, your cousin, all those people still thinking about them and how maybe if these tools and resources could help them, you wouldn't have thought of that other person. So that's what this tool is used for. Then your first really, goal number 3 is achieving Emerald rank, you guys. This is the first rank in your business. And this is what's going to really start the foundation for your organization. You guys are a part of a fast growing team, and so the faster you get to Emerald, the better. April just achieved that last week, and so it can be done super fast. And just know that, you guys, the reason you want to hit Emerald is because not only are you just moving your business forward and rank advancing, but this also, think of it as a piggy bank, okay? This is a perfect example. When I heard it, I was like, that's perfect. Think of a piggy bank. And when you're adding coins, if there's no stopper in the bottom of the piggy bank, those coins are just going to fall through. That's the equivalent of you being a coach. You are a coach, and right now, your piggy bank, you have nothing stopping from that volume accumulating. Volume just meaning the people in our organization, they're ordering things, whether they're directly sponsored coach or not, they're beneath you just because of they joined after you. And I think of someone like Joanna. You joined me, I look back, you joined me in December of 2017. And so there is so many coaches under you. These aren't coaches you added, but that's how long you've been a part of this organization or this community, that I've been adding coaches obviously over the last year and a half. When you become an Emerald coach, the piggy bank, the stopper goes on the bottom. And what that means is that volume that's under you based on where you're placed in this organization starts accumulating. And you'll be able to cycle it when you start adding coaches to your organization. So Emerald is one coach on each side, your right leg and your left leg. And your right leg or left leg, you have a strong and your weak, and I can help you determine which is which, because we strategize on where we place people, meaning one's your spouse and one's a friend, a discount coach, or whoever that may be. And then you start accumulating and carrying over that volume every single week to be able to do a team cycle bonus, which we talked about in the coach snapshot into coaching, or if we had a direct one-on-one call. There's 2 ways to make income. There's the retail side, and then there's the team cycle side, When you become an Emerald coach, that's when you start to earn the team cycle side. And that's when the volume starts accumulating, okay? And so this can be done. These don't have to be 2 working coaches. I will tell you that mine were discount coaches. One was my mother-in-law and one was Tate. And we always highly recommend your spouse be the top leg of your weak leg, which I will help you figure that out, because it doesn't make a lot of sense now, but it is important down the road with income longevity in this business. Because Tate's account alone, I have made in the 2.5 years over $10,000 in his account alone. Okay, and so that's why it's important for them to be placed at the top of your organization, so that you're taking advantage of the income that'll come later in this business. You are allowed by Beachbody to control 2 accounts, and so that's why you're controlling not only your own, but then your spouse's as well. So just know that that's the way to Emerald rank. And so when you guys are ready, when you have that first person, we do not recommend you signing up your boyfriend, your spouse, your significant other until you have another person that is joining. So with the launch of Ultimate Portion Fix, that is a perfect opportunity for people to join just to get a discount on the product, the way many of you joined, the way I joined as well. And that will be the first person, let's say your first coach, discount coach. If you have someone that says, yes, I want to work this business right alongside you, then that would be even better. But your organization can be filled with working coaches and discount coaches, just know that. But when you have that first person that joins and they're going to sign up as a discount coach, that's usually the way I sign everybody up. And so you let me know, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to sign them up and where to place them and all that kind of stuff, okay? So I want you to directly message me, whether that's through a text message or Facebook Messenger or email, whatever it is. Directly message me, be like, Bridget, I have someone that wants to join. What do I do? And I'm going to walk you through that, okay? Then the next goal is hitting Success Club. So this is what I've talked about. That's helping 3 people every single month. When you guys hit Success Club, when you help 3 people, that is getting your product paid for and then some. Just know that. Depending on which challenge pack they did. If they even do the basic minimum challenge pack, then it's paying for your product. And so that is the benchmark for Beachbody. When you do hit Success Club, you get recognized, you get free things from them. When you are an Emerald coach, in addition to hitting Success Club, you get free customer leads from Beachbody. And what those are, those people out there that have no idea that there's coaches maybe that exist, or they don't know a coach, and so they just go to the website and buy something, and then Beachbody assigns them a coach. And so that happens to you when you are an Emerald and you hit Success Club. So there's Success Club 5 and there's Success Club 10. This talks about it for you guys, okay? So I'm not going to go over that with you, but that's just helping 3 new people or 5 new people, depending on what it is. You also have to have a home direct order. So if you're having Shakeology every single month, obviously that's your home direct order that you need to have in order to hit Success Club, in addition to helping those 3 people. Goal number 5, I'm not even going to go over with you right now, because that is something we will hop on a call after you hit Emerald rank, and we'll go over that. So that's the next goal in addition to that. The last thing I emailed to you guys, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I got to open it up, is the color wheel. And so this is something I want you guys to do when it comes to helping you determine what to post about on social media. If you feel stuck, if you don't know what to do, a lot of people don't think their life is very, very interesting. I will tell you, it is interesting. I always want to know what you guys are doing. I don't know where the color wheel went. And so just know that people find your life interesting. They want to know what you're doing. Oh, here we go. And so there's the color wheel, and this just gives you an idea of what people want to talk about when they're sharing on social media. There's even a time, you guys, I print off every single week a template for grocery shopping. And because we go to the same stores, we usually buy the same stuff. And so I love having this template, and I just highlight what we need. I shared about that, and people thought it was the most brilliant thing ever. And to me, it's just something I do naturally every single week. But it's something as simple as that, something that somebody can use in their daily life. But I thought that was just kind of a silly post, but apparently it really resonated with people. So I want you guys to think of what you do to your day-to-day life that is not interesting to you, but to other people it is. And so just sharing about that, sharing your day-to-day life is something that can provide value to people, whether you think so or not, okay? And so that color wheel activity will definitely help with that. I'm also, we're going to have a new coach mentorship group starting next Monday. So not tomorrow, April 1st. So the next Monday will be, I think it's April, is it the 7th or the 8th? 8th. So, and what we're going to do, Erin and I are doing this together. It's something new we're trying this month, and we're really excited about it. And we're actually going to be doing it in the My Challenge Tracker app. So we're not going to do it in Facebook. Both of us dislike Facebook. We get so lost in there. And so we're going to do a separate group inside the My Challenge Tracker app just for new coaches, and it's going to be our new coach mentorship. And it's only going to be 14 days, but it's essentially going to help you guys just really get started with posting and sharing and asking questions and just understanding the different things that we do, but providing the training and resources that we have. So expect an invitation for that coming soon this week as we get everything set up for that, okay? All right, does anybody, I mean, wow, that's exactly an hour. Does anybody have any questions regarding any of that they want to ask right away at all? Okay, so then I have one last piece of homework for you guys, mainly the new people, Christine and Joanna. So every time I hop on a call with someone, I always ask, because I want you guys right away to have success right out of the gate. And so I ask you email me or message me in the next 24 hours, just 3 people that you think could use these tools and resources that may want to jump into our community that you'll have a conversation with and joining us, okay? And so it's super important to take action right away and to have success right out of the gates. And so I want you to think of 3 people in your life, whether that be your mom, your sister, your cousin, your best friend, someone that could really be helped by this community, okay? And so I want you to message me them in the next 24 hours. And if that means that if you already know them and you text it to me right after this call, that's totally okay. But in the next 24 hours, I just want you to message 3 people that you're going to talk to about this new business you're doing and that sharing about it with them, okay? All right. Yay! I'm all energized now, and I didn't even have energized. All right, well, I want to really be considerate of everybody's time because that did just take an hour. But if you guys have any questions, I am going to post this recording in our team page so you guys can watch this back if you need to. But we will still be going over a lot of the stuff in depth inside our new coach training as well. But just remember, you guys, you don't need to go through the whole new coach training. You don't need to complete a whole week of this. All because of you guys in sharing, or you've already been a part of our community, you already feel the tools and resources changing you, that being able to share your story doesn't need all of this stuff to do that. And so I encourage you guys to be able to just step out there, do your post, start sharing, and you know, let people know about this secret that we have, because I don't want it to be a secret, because so many people do need our help out there. And so being able to just put ourselves out there, face our fears, but step outside our comfort zone can really unlock someone else's prison that they may be in, because it did for me, and that's why I'm so passionate about sharing it with other people. Okay? All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful night. I'm off to bed, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.